Ooh, is that smart? Do it with a battery box. That's a battery box, Mom. With a battery stay. Is that kind of smart? What they're doing, kicking it? It's stiff as a nut. They didn't buy the sandwich though. They bought a different one. Surprising how different.
Yeah. Yep.
He's shifting it manual.
Yeah.
Huh? No, it's a Tic Tac and an M&M.
Oh, whatever.
It's a Tic Tac and an M&M taking, practically.
That's what you said.
No, she said Kit Kat.
Oh.
It's a Tic Tac and M&M.
Okay, bye.
So they're not getting the ambulance, you know why? The title is bad. So the ambulance that we just looked at, they're not gonna take it, you know why? Title is bad in it, so they're gonna get different ambulance now.
The scenario was just fucky enough for me to pull back and feel uncomfortable. If we're gonna build something,
Title is bad, so that, you know, title's.
This is the other one they
That was the last one we see. Okay, this part. This is part 1. We saw part 2. The ambulance we saw,
They
right?
don't have a part yet?
No, this is part 1, and we already seen part 2 already. This is part 1, so I don't know yet. This is part 1. This one, the title was bad in it, right? The title was bad. Title was outdated, so I had to get instated.
Yo, yeah, half the doors were fucking stuck. You know, I mean, it was just like, oh, dude, that's so much work. You know, don't get new locks and latches. Got to throw those out. Right, or weld them shut. I think we find a little bit newer one for the same price, a little bit more miles, to be better off. Which we're on the way to look at one right now, actually. Look out, water on the highway. She's flooding.
There's somewhere down south. The only thing I know is they're down south somewhere. I don't know where though. I started watching these guys the other day, so I watched one of their other videos they did. Guess what though? They found an old hunk of junk truck and they fixed it up, right? Sold it for $2,000. Guy just needed a farm truck, right? Found one, sold it for someone. And, wow, look at that. This is coronavirus time. This is like 3 weeks ago during the corona. I'm gonna look these guys up. See, there's a part 3. I don't know if there is a part 3.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run her over broad daylight. I mean, it's like yeah, we're separated, but not by a lot. Like that's a regular restaurant. And it's weird that people wear these like stylish masks. Look at that, everyone's wearing panties on their face.
That's what I'm about. If you're gonna go through the effort to wear a mask, wear it properly.
Oh, this bitch just took it off.
My favorite.
No, there's a part 3, Mom. There's a part 2 though.
So on the way back, I was on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. Found another ambulance that looks comparable. We're gonna see. It's a cheaper ambulance, but it's newer. And
Ooh, they do bikes, Mom. They do motorcycles.
it does need a little something.
Okay.
The transmission.
There's motorcycles. They do motorcycles, Mom.
That's what he says.
That's pretty cool, right? He does motorcycles.
Last one, the guy said it was drivable.
That one was drivable. It was in fact drivable. We drove it. The battery tray came out. That was fucking weird.
Yeah, I can't believe I almost did not catch that one.
Man. How funny would it be if we'd done that? We just like let's walk back to the shop, grab the truck, and then leave.
Yeah.
We leave the keys in it.
Go.
Oops. I'm at a loss for words. We just stopped here in Cumming, Georgia.
Oh, they're in Georgia.
And the title was floated as well.
See,
Float.
title's floated means it.
The door shut?
Which means we can't
What?
register. You guys already
I see
signed
Doug is laying in here.
I'll go look. I don't know what sounds good for dinner tonight, huh?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Dinner time.
Tell us lunchtime, Bob. We only got 5 bucks.
Then we can buy it. So it's like, god damn. Some stuff. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool in here. Oh my god.
Huh?
Door's shut and locked.
Okay, so they didn't get out when I came in.
So they did.
This is
I thought they did too.
I thought you shut the door, didn't you?
No?
I didn't shut the door.
The lock, you said?
It was. I'll see.
Or maybe the air shut.
Well, you disconnected the siren?
Yeah, right now it's off. But you can turn it on. There's siren and there's PA.
Do the siren. Oh my god, yes! It's got a PA.
Oh, this is the one I think they buy.
Door was it?
Open back up.
Huh?
Open the door back
Back
up.
up, so
Just in case.
yeah. So,
Oh.
so it wasn't locked, so
It was locked.
It was locked?
Yes, it was. It must have been me automatically doing it by mistake, you know.
Yeah. Go look in my bed and see if there's a cat in it.
There's one in my.
We got a diamond.
Also, there's one
This
in mine.
one needs a little bit of transmission work.
Yeah, bring me a water back on your way back in.
One in your room.
There's one in my room.
Some old kids must have been in there one time.
Dude, it's so much
Then
cooler
if
with the lights on
they, you
inside.
find three,
So
then you
much
shut the
cooler.
door.
Oh, these are recalls. He's pretty sure these
Wait,
skins are
no one
recalls.
went out.
Ooh, no child gloves. Yes.
Oh, this is the man they buy.
Mm.
We seen part 2 already. I'm just gonna put part 1 on for you.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Ow.
I think that's everything. So yeah, that backup button is for when you're in reverse.
It'll beep, beep. Hell yeah.
So don't touch these
Why? Or that.
for legal reasons.
How do I?
Yeah, they're all in the house.
Hello.
I got snore in my room. I got snore in your room. We got snore in here.
Damn.
So, okay.
All were in the house.
When I came in,
Yeah. They know when we even went out. Remember?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for giving us.
Oh yeah. This is the ambulance they bought. Yeah. This is the one they bought. Mom I had the training problem with it, so I had to tow it back to the garage.
Which one's the lights?
Okay, talking about the flashy.
Yeah, I want the flashies. Give me, show me. So turn that on.
So we usually keep them all on, and this is on position. Right now, the emergency master is off. When you turn it on, there's a warm-up period.
Okay.
So now they're all on.
All right.
I wish I had an amp.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is one they buy. They buy this ambulance.
No
Yep.
one's gonna stop us now.
This one they buy.
A cool down. This is gonna be so much.
Yeah, they
fun.
bought that in the
It's
city.
super illegal. Ooh, things. Ooh.
Remember that?
Things.
They had like 5 stretchers in
Where are
there.
we coming from, or do we? Yeah, we're off duty. Had a couple beers, I'm sure.
He bought the
we
ambulance.
didn't get the one, we haven't seen them when they changed it.
This is the ambulance they got. Okay. This is one they buy. Oh, that's pretty neat. This is they bought this one. We've seen this one already. Shock biohazard box.
Yeah.
This is just for like used needles. Do we have any in here? That'd be fun.
Oh shit.
Is the proud owner of an ambulance that he is going to convert
Look, they built it.
convert into a house.
Would you want a box or would you want a van ambulance?
Yeah, we
Huh?
can do full tour when we get back. Yeah.
Apparently these
They did.
It's idle forever.
Yeah, that's just you can do that. They're diesels. Dude, I cannot wait.
He has
for
like 5 of them in that ambulance.
Oh, good. He kept it. I thought he took that out. He just moved it. Dude, look at this.
Shock box.
You see what that thing is right there? That's it. No, I don't think so. I think that's a what's it called? Like it's
AED. Shock box.
I bet that's worth some money. Medical equipment? You kidding me?
Sell on eBay.
No, look at all these masks. We'll get you to work it in.
Oh.
You'll work out in. We got so many masks. We can sell these on the black market. Absolutely.
Oh, this one for hotcakes. Oh, that's neat.
Dude, this thing is dope. There's your pass through for your oxygen. I might use it to put
There's another stretchers, another tank.
There's 2 more stretchers in here.
There's like 5 stretchers in that ambulance alone.
Thing is, I think there's storage underneath here or something. Yeah, there is. There's a hinge. Are you gonna make your pass through?
Oh, that's just. Oh, that needs to get bigger. Hey, Mom, if you go through that little hole,
Come on now.
if you go into that hole.
There's a trash can in the way. You probably move that. Yep. It's supposed to be real easy and fast. That was really smooth transition.
You know, smooth is fast.
Smooth.
Break one.
It's on. Are you ready to go home?
The training's bad in the ambulance though.
All right.
There's nothing illegal going on outside right
Nope, you're pretty much legal. Yep.
Okay, cool. Because I don't want to touch any of this. Because I know these do the flashy lights. This is the siren.
Yeah, that
Woo!
was No, turn it on. You can do that. Just hello. Fish and chips. Oh, fish and chips.
These guys are hilarious.
Oh, fish and chips.
They're nuts.
She's laughing. Sorry, ma'am. I apologize.
My new toy.
All right, that's fine. she was cracking up.
Don't bring attention.
Is this? Have you checked this thing? Does this work?
So it's all wired up and no camera. Follow you to the highway.
All right, let's do it. Doesn't mean he's gonna come back with the money if all of a sudden it doesn't run good. Oh yeah, my ambulance buying mobile.
A Corvette.
Talkies.
He bought a Corvette.
Hello, sir.
Hello, medical personnel in a.
I don't need this. I have to get it.
Okay.
But he needs it.
Medical.
You know why? Look, a vet. Come on, 2 Chevys, a vet and an ambulance.
You ain't got time to look at sunglasses. You're an ambulance driver.
It's a camera. Ooh, manual Corvette.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. All right, let's get this fucking thing on.
The transmission's bad in the ambulance, so they get towed from where they're at back to base. Does that suck or what? Huh?
They ain't being told.
Not yet.
No, that thing looks like it's got way more pickup than that Ford ambulance we looked at. You said it slips when you've done it. But
See?
it's okay?
So the same amount of slipping. It's slipping.
It's ice. It's so dark. It makes
We
me
might
look
not
like
have to
a
replace
book.
the transmission then. We might just have a we just might have a slippery neutral. There's a guy next to me and he's looking at me and I've got the walkie-talkie and I look super official in this light.
He thinks he's a cop. He thinks he's a cop. Put your light, yeah. Put light up the roof, then.
Nose ring hanging out. I'm sure we look super suspicious. What's your speed at? What's your comfortable speed at? All right. Oh yeah, that blinker, hell yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat, though. You know why? There's a blinker on the box part. Look at that. That look.
Holy fucking shit, dude! That's a fucking ambulance. Dude, that looks so cool. And to make yours, all you have to do is put an H in front of it.
That'd be funny.
Alright, now use the lights. Yeah, let's top them both off. I bet that needs a little bit of gas in it. It would feel be nice to have some fresh hands on it. Ham, just run code through this light. Come on.
Oh, this is funny. You know, right, Mom? Runs code. It means you can get it right.
Yeah, man, just totally run code. You're clear. And by the time you figure it out, the light will be green.
Wait, because if the lights.
Ooh, look at this R8. Damn, look at
Ooh,
this.
an Audi R8.
I'll watch your shit. This is an unreasonably long light. You better do it. You better do it.
Oh, he has to move. He has to move. See? He has to move. He has to move now because the ambulance is going. He has to move because the ambulance is going. That's perfectly legal.
You turned on the lights and just rolled so slowly to that intersection. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's not going nowhere.
You did it. Okay, well, I'm gonna pull out in front of you now.
He can't go nowhere. It broke.
Transmission wouldn't engage.
That's bad, right?
She won't get into gear now. I'll
See?
put some blame on this because I made it stop. It just won't go into gear? All right.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it, right? He's not moving at all, and he's in gear. Now they have to get towed to where they live, which is going to be a pain in the butt. Is that bad?
That or the
They said the transmission was bad in it.
transmission or the thing that connects to your.
The gearbox.
I mean, there's water drops. That's good.
Right. Yeah. I went
Yep,
through
now it's broken.
and then as I was coming out, it was clonk clonk, and then it was.
Oh, yeah. Gearbox is bad. It shows,
Well, we're here. Hey, sorry, yeah.
Yep.
Like busting, but I think
You just give it like. There
Oh, it works.
a couple more.
it works.
Yeah, I would think so.
What are we gonna do with the fucking
This thing. Man, I think we ride this parking lot right now. We are in an empty parking.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
We got some time, bitch.
Yeah.
It's really easy in the movies.
Watch, this is not easy at all.
Oh, that's probably door open.
Yeah, that's what that is. Is it hooked up there or something?
There's a red light. Blinking.
Wait, this is a thing. What is this? How do I unhook this? Okay.
Oh, Hey.
Unlock it, push it. Oh, fuck yeah.
that's easy.
Why doesn't it just fold out? Like, there it goes.
No, it doesn't. It's broken.
Is there a button?
Look at your footprints.
Yeah.
That's, oh, I do.
IV bag. Good.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Right? IV bag.
Stretcher. Wait, see if you can push those feet down. Well, there's like a red thing over here, maybe. There
If anyone asks them, tell it's a movie prop, right?
They're so slick. They got everything.
It's rolling by itself. Oh, it's better than the movies. Movies, they tip over. Oh, yeah. Tie them up. Which one?
Don't worry.
They're like idiots with an old with an ambulance.
You know, like this is dope. This is cool. While we wait on the truck driver, we're just
for reasons. We're here
hanging out.
Right. Officially hanging out in the back of my van.
This is your home. This is your domicile.
Welcome beyond MTV Because what's up, my name?
See, I got towed it. See, look.
David is
Barely fits in the garage, barely.
I can't believe he's about to just put this thing in the fucking back.
So, yeah, it broke down.
You have restroom.
Oh, we do. Here it is, dude.
So that's how he did my bottle ambulance for fun. I don't think I'm going to sit. Nah. I'm not subbing to these guys. That hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This is stupid.
The Quickies convenience store in Mid-City takes its parking lot rules seriously. Very seriously. New Orleans paramedics rush inside the store for a man with a life-threatening medical issue.
Disconnect. Sit air. I'm fixing this, okay? This is stupid, though. You know why? You know what they do? They boot the ambulance. Is that stupid or what, huh? If whoever decided to boot the ambulance is going to get her ass kicked, right? Can you even get? I wonder if you can even get that on your phone. Seven years ago.
Medical issue. They worked on the patient, put him inside the vehicle, started to speed off.
Put the ambulance in drive and heard a loud noise. Walked out to see a boot on the ambulance.
Who boots an ambulance?
The store came out and booted the ambulance because it was not parked properly.
The lights are
in the
flashing.
parking lot.
The EMS spokesman said the ambulance had its lights flashing the whole time. Now, store employees didn't want to talk about it, but one of them apparently took the boot off, and the tire was left flat.
And we actually had to delay that patient's care by calling another ambulance out here to come transport this patient.
A sign in the lot says you could be booted if you leave the property, but the paramedics apparently didn't. The EMS spokesman added that he had never had an incident like this before.
And as long as we have our lights on, we park where it is safe to park.
That's stupid, right?
Yep.
Oh, I bet someone's getting sued. I bet the city guy, I bet that person that did it, right, got sued right at the city, right? That happened 7 years ago in New Orleans. Still, that's against the law.
Especially if
Corn?
they ended up killing somebody.
Oh, I bet they sued the person. I bet the city sued him.
A driver
This is what we saw earlier.
Fender bender on the highway. But look at this. While they're speaking, a tow truck operator is hooking up the guy's car. Up goes the front end of the vehicle.
Boom broke.
And you won't believe what happened.
Boot broke. Boot broke.
Here it is again. The car rolls right over and ends up in a lane of rush hour traffic. You can see other vehicles hurtling by.
Can we get EMS up here, radio? We had a car just flip off a tow truck. Male strapped inside right now.
That's right. The driver is trapped in the upside down car.
Is his leg stuck under there?
Eventually, they manage to free him and carry him to safety.
I'd sue.
Anybody will feel lucky to be alive after a situation like that. Cameron Jenkins was the guy behind the wheel when the car rolled over on I-71 in Cleveland. Was there ever an expectation that you were going to be staying in that car while they were?
At least he was there and on the edge. That road would flip it.
Vehicle, but I was never told to, nor was I even aware that a tow truck driver was hooking my vehicle up. The police report quotes the tow truck operator saying he was about to tell the driver to get out of the car when there was a malfunction and the boom just kept coming up. The tow truck driver tried to disengage the boom, but it would not disengage. Tom Merriman is the victim's lawyer.
He just starts lifting him straight in the air. It's like he's on an amusement park ride.
At least he had a seatbelt on, right?
The driver suffered a concussion. The tow truck company confirms there was an equipment malfunction. They say they've taken steps to ensure it does not happen again.
Yeah, you know how you fix that? Get a new boom. They cost about $200. Get a new boom.
Still, you got a person who's injured.
I'd still sue the company, wouldn't you? The police department actually has a legal right to sue him too. I sue.
The lawyer was there.
This here. I get sued for endangerment, right? I sue for endangerment. I sue the church company for endangerment, wouldn't you? And the police department the same thing. Attempted murder, endangerment, attempted murder, right? They're charging him for.
There's nothing more infuriating than
His
having
edition.
a car towed away. This angry motorist won't have it. He drives his car right off the lift.
His edition.
There are plenty of reasons why your car can get towed. Why don't you talk to us? But check out what's going on at this McDonald's parking lot in Brooklyn, New York.
That's pretty.
Their sign says if you're not a customer, you can get towed if you leave the premises for any reason or length of time. And holy cow, do they mean it. The moment Inside Edition producer Matt Troutman parked his car and walked off to another store,
There's the tow truck. Are you kidding me?
this tow truck driver rolled in and hooked the car.
This took 3 minutes for Matt's car to get towed.
And when our producer Katie Taylor parked her car in the same McDonald's parking lot, the same thing happened.
Let's see how long this takes.
8 minutes later, the tow truck driver was back. Wow. So how does he know just when to strike? Because he's lurking around the corner waiting for a call from this spotter who's hanging out at the McDonald's.
Here comes one of the spotters right now from inside the McDonald's.
Sure enough, here comes the tow truck.
Wait.
Katie tries to stop him.
Please stop. This is my car. What do I have to pay? $2.17? You know that's ridiculous.
This tow operator has quite the temper. A few months ago, he lashed out at another motorist.
Are you a predatory tow company?
No, we're not.
We've seen you within minutes tow car after car after car.
So where did our producer's towed car end up? It was hauled here to Cyclone City.
Let's go get your car.
When we showed up, the tow truck driver called the cops.
So right now they're holding our car up for hostage while we're waiting for the police to show up.
Hi, officer. How are you?
Hey, guys, good. How are you?
Good.
Finally, he opened the gates and released our car.
Is it fair to consumers for you to, within minutes, be towing their car off a lot?
So I have a job to do. What it is that's private property. If you're not inside McDonald's, you have to leave.
As for that spotter at McDonald's,
Hey, Are you spotting people?
He retreated into the restaurant.
Is McDonald's aware of what you're doing here at this franchise?
And when we tried to speak to the manager, he shut the door. We spoke to veteran tower Chuck Schmidt.
Is it fair to be stalking vehicles and swoop in to tow somebody's car within minutes of when they've walked away?
Absolutely not. It's unethical. It's unfair.
The lesson here? Watch out where you park, because some aggressive tow truck operators could be ready to pounce.
Now, in most cities, if you return to your car while it's still on the hook, they are required to release the vehicle for a reduced fee. And that McDonald's we showed you says it is no longer using that tow truck operator.
You know what I read, Mom? You know what some people say they do? Turn your car all the way to the one way right, all the way to one left to right. Put the parking brake on. They can't tow your car. Is that true or not? Yeah, so they can't tow your car. If the parking brake on, they can't tow it.
That's the question. We've got the answers.
Ew.
Juicy secrets from behind the counter.
Do you take the brown meat and turn it red?
Yeah.
The food
Ooh.
may be, but the facts will gross you out.
The fecal indicator.
Fecal indicator. Let's verify. They're being told from the top down to fudge the best before date.
And take a ride in the marketplace time machine.
The fondue mix she bought was over 3 years old.
This is your marketplace.
I like Martin is pretty interesting, so I just watched them.
Are you ready to play the food dating game?
Play along. We're about to share 5 secrets you need to know about best before dates. Those little labels you see on food packages. First question.
See, Mom?
What's the best before date?
The date you're supposed to throw out your food. I think it usually refers to the last date where you legally sell it on the shelf.
Best before date would be probably something about what you should and eat afterwards.
On the streets of Toronto, Ash is hearing a lot of guessing. So I'm going to get the food facts on those dates. From microbiologist Keith Warren. I actually found this pack of crackers in the back of my cupboard, and it has a best before date of April of 2014, so well over a year ago.
This is old
Will they
footage.
still be safe to eat?
So let's have a look at them. You'll probably break a tooth or two on those, but they're perfectly safe.
So I get to do the taste test. All right, here we go. Oh, this smells
And tastes
terrible. That is definitely past its best before date. It might be perfectly safe. It is not tasty.
exactly, and that's why people put these best before dates on.
He says for most foods, best before dates will tell you if it's still fresh.
The best before is just a general measure to say, well, after this date, we can't guarantee the quality of the product.
What types of food should we stay away from once they're past their best before date?
Gary.
Big ones are deli meats and soft cheeses and raw meat.
Duh.
Because what they can do
Meat's
is
different.
have the potential to grow
If it's a week bad, it's still good, right? If it's only a week.
And the food becomes dangerous.
Ooh, I wonder if the take me still have in his house still good, right?
Things like bread, for example. Yes, it'll taste a bit more stale, but it won't be too dangerous. Other things like pasta, dry products like cookies.
Best before dates can be important. So how much can you trust them? One grocery insider had lots to say. She agrees to tell all if we protect her identity. This former bakery clerk tampered with food for years. What would happen to foods in the bakery that had passed their best before date?
If it wasn't selling, we would cut the cake in half, like this, and then each half would be packaged on its own, and each of the halves would have a new best before date put on it.
How long could those sit out for?
They actually had stickers on them for about 2 more weeks.
And then what would happen?
After a couple of weeks, if it still hadn't sold, we would actually replace that sticker with the new one. So that's 2 additional weeks on top of the 2 weeks.
That's Canada, not USA.
In the display case.
The Canada's more stronger.
An independent grocery store in Ontario before it was bought by Loblaws. She says tampering with bakery items at her store, common practice.
With the fruit tarts,
Meyer and Walmart won't do that.
We would take them and we would scrape off the fruit as it got older or less desirable looking or moldy.
Moldy, so you'd scrape off that.
Yes, and then we would just retop it with new fruit. and we would reglaze it. And then we
Ew.
would put it back in the display case until this fruit wasn't looking very good anymore.
The boss said that was okay.
The boss didn't just say it was okay. This is what we were instructed to do.
Save
And it
money.
wasn't just fruit tarts. Our insider says she scraped off fruit and retopped some cakes too. Sounds gross, but could it be dangerous? We buy some cakes and fruit tarts for lab testing.
I brought you some food products to take a look at.
But to our surprise, when we open the box, let's check out this cake. It's a
Mold.
torch.
Wow, look at that.
Holy cow, this has not passed its best before date. There's already mold on it.
It's furry already. This is good, this is.
Wow, can't believe
Ugh.
how much mold is on here. Has this cake been doctored? The store said it's not past the best before date.
We'll see about that.
Warner to help us simulate what our
Myers and Walmart won't do that.
tells
You know
us
why,
about
right?
What happens to cakes and tarts 2 weeks past their best before dates?
Ooh, this will be fun to see.
On day 1 of our test, that moldy cake, surprisingly, still safe to eat. But nearly 2 weeks later,
So these are yeast and moles. And
Damn.
these orange
Look at
ones here, they look pretty, don't they?
yeah, if you ingest that toxin, what can happen?
Well, nothing will happen to you instantly, but what over time, it can lead to things like cancer. So this is why we have these best before by dates, really, to stop
But
these
the
sort
whole
of
thing
things
is
happening.
too, if you put fresh fruit
And he says the
on
longer
top
these
of
toxins
the
stay
cake,
on foods
they are
past
going to
their
get
best
moldy
before
faster
dates,
than the
the
whole
more
cake is.
potential
Right,
for
right. It makes sense, right?
risk. And
But
there's
we
more.
know, like, Walmart and Mine won't do that.
Call
Cut.
Adam and tell him he owes you $5.
No, I'm going to right now. Where, Adam, are you coming over? You owe me $5.
A fecal indicator on the
Shit.
On the torch, there's a lot of handling when you
Shit.
use these torch. They can introduce a certain degree of coliforms and other bacteria.
You found a lot lurking on the surface of that torch.
It
Oh,
was like a
that's
sea
it.
of microbes underneath the fruit. It really was.
I'm going to call Adam real quick, okay?
Yeah, I'm not even up.
Where's my money? Up on speaker, okay?
Don't go saying, where's my money?
Where are you, right? He even wakes up.
Not even up.
It's 1 o'clock. He should be up by now. It's 1 o'clock.
He's not.
Hey, it's Wayne. Not available right now. If you leave your name and number, I'll definitely get back to you. Thank you.
He's not even up. He's not up. Hang up.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, you're supposed to be fixing the house, and where's my money? My $5. I want to bet. I want my cash. Bye. You're loving Tyler. Think he's gonna pick that up or not?
Oh,
I'm surprised he's not up yet. It's 1 o'clock. He should be up.
he had it. Like I said,
He's drunk
I hope he just.
or out.
Some days he just goes to sleep.
He doesn't wake up.
It amazes me as a microbiologist that even these
I was gonna give him my $5. Besides, I still win a bet. I always win bets against him.
Almost 2 weeks past their best before date, the fruit tarts are loaded with toxins too.
Ooh.
Aspergillus, it's the mold.
Damn.
It produces a mycotoxin,
Ooh.
which can be fairly fatal over the
Marketplace and CBC. I asked him this stuff.
Our insider says she didn't know there could be potential risks, but why'd she do it?
When you're working there, it's part of your job and you're told to do it. And you're not really at a place in your life where you can take a stand or say anything about it.
So, what's her advice for you?
Make it yourself.
I would personally avoid buying any cake or pie or bakery product that isn't in its original form. If it's been cut in half or cut into smaller pieces, there's probably a reason for it.
Well,
on the street, what do you think?
Walmart's different though.
One tip from these former workers is you should buy foods in the bakery in its original form.
Noted. It's on advice that I should start sharing with a lot of my family members and friends.
That's a good piece of information. Yeah, that's definitely something.
15 March 06.
Loblaws won't come on camera, but after learning about our findings, they tell us they've reinforced their bakery policies with all their stores. We wonder if what we're hearing is unique to the bakery department, so we designed a national online call-up.
When I worked in the bakery,
Hey, Alicia.
we throw,
How's it
you
going?
know, jelly and stuff. We'd throw things out.
Mom, you gotta think of the mom. Certain states have different, certain countries and states, like here, we have different rules and stuff. Like you know this stuff. Every country does. But meat, you have to throw away meat because it's different. Raw meat's different. Besides, that's certain countries.
Across the country, they share disturbing secrets of what goes on behind the counter. Oh, look at that one. We would take unpackaged pies, cakes, cookies, and repackage them as a single serving dessert. That's not good. Take a look at this one. Meat was rewrapped. Best before date was changed.
Meat's the thing I'm really worried about, Mom, okay? You know what I mean, right? Meat's what I really gotta be careful on. Dashboard. Ooh, Dashboard's a good website.
So as we were researching this story, it turns out one of our very own interns on Marketplace used to work at a grocery store. So I'm going to meet him and hear what he has to say.
Intern, what's that mean? Doesn't get paid?
Zahir used to work in the industry. What did you do with meat that was past its best before date? He gears up to give us a demo.
Something like this, they would take the dip in blood, just dabble it a little bit.
And we've simulated some blood here.
Yeah. So just dabble it like that. And then as you can see, it looks a lot redder.
That's what you would do. You would take the brown meat and turn it red?
Yeah. So we would turn it red. And then if like, again, we do it as many times as possible, we just keep flipping it.
When it comes to our third question, what's happening in the meat department, we hear doing a meat makeover is easy.
We would rewrap them and put down a new sticker, which came with a new best before date that extended the shelf life.
And you won't look at ground beef the same when you hear this.
If it's really bad, if it's like this, we would dabble in a little bit of blood, throw it into the meat mincer with some redder meats, and then altogether it would make it look red.
New and old meat, right?
On the shelf.
And people would buy this.
Yeah, all the time.
I don't think Myers does that,
Sounds misleading,
right?
but can it be risky too?
Yeah.
Food safety expert Keith Warner helps us recreate what we've heard is going on with meat. We mix meat that's 4 days past its best before date with new.
Or freeze it.
How's it smell?
I'll let you do the honors.
Not too good. Not too
Look at his teeth.
Turn it on. So how's this new blend look?
Well, it's totally fresh, so it's well disguised.
Yeah, that looks good.
Wow.
But could it be bad for you? We send it off for testing.
The good, the bad, and the rotten, we go to the core. And a best before flashback.
It didn't look right, and it didn't taste right.
Did our coffee cups investigation get your pot boiling? Find
Tim
out
Hortons
what
and
Tim Hortons
Starbucks.
And Starbucks staff have to say.
We know what Tim Hortons or Starbucks. We go to Big B and Three Rivers, or Myers, or Walmart.
Ready, set, it's a time bomb. Flashback 1976. Funky fondue.
What the
A few
hell?
weeks ago, Mrs. Rita Clifford of Sudbury, Ontario, served a cheese fondue to her husband and their guests. The fondue was, quite frankly, awful. It didn't look right, and it didn't taste right.
Mrs. Clifford complained to the manufacturer, and she got her money back. Another satisfied consumer. End of story.
Not quite, Joan. Mrs. Clifford also received some interesting information. The fondue mix she bought was over 3 years old. The Langes Company has not been making fondue mix for almost 4 years, and the ideal shelf life of the mix would have been under a year.
So next we call the Toronto office of the TJ Lipton Company as they handle the marketing of Lange's products. And Lipton's branch manager knew all about Mrs. Clifford's failed
tea company
party, but he didn't feel it could happen again. And in fact, he jokingly remarked, "I'll bet you $1,000 you couldn't find another package of the stuff." Well, we went to 4 stores in Toronto, and 3 out of 4 had the mix. 2 Loblaws and a Dominion.
We figure that branch manager owes us about $3,000.
$30,000. That's like $5.
This is now, and we're finding some grocery stores are still playing games when it comes to best before dates.
Would you eat this past the best before date?
No.
No. That's gross and fruit.
What we're about to show you next might just change the way.
What the hell? He's eating corn.
Safety expert Keith Warner is helping us test some foods insiders tell us are being doctored to extend their shelf life, like grinding up meat that's 4 days past its best before date with
Raw meat, I'm real iffy on.
So what we found was the meat was absolutely loaded with bacteria after
Ooh.
1 day. It was loaded with these type of bacteria called Enterobacteriaceae.
Ooh.
And what they do is that these can break down the meat proteins to make something called biogenic amines, which are toxic chemicals which can cause asthma, mood changes, all sorts.
Asthma?
People who bought that meat wouldn't know that it was spoiled because it had been mixed up with the good-looking meat.
Exactly, it was deception at its worst, isn't it? Totally unethical. And in this case, I think it goes beyond ethics, doesn't it? It goes to safety and things like that.
Zahir has experience.
I'm changing this, okay?
Grocery biz. Like others we hear from,
Me too. I'm gonna change. I'll watch and down watching Marketplace Meat.
This is your marketplace.
Okay. So we have to be careful on food.
Exclusive access. Catching the scammers in our backyard. It certainly helped. CBC did their expose or episode
Seen it.
Marketplace. First, the CRA scan.
Finding owners for everyone.
Perfect.
Buttery isn't. Oat milk for all.
It might not look like it.
Oh, that's new. That's interesting. That's cool. Look at this, Mom. This just came out 2 minutes ago. That's neat. Look at that. That's kind of neat. That's different.
Where's that at?
Somewhere in New York State. This is a guy from New York. This is one of my subscribers from New York I watch. And he's from New York State, and he gets some pretty weird stuff he gets.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Huh?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Tired?
Yeah. I haven't heard from Uncle Adam.
Oh, that's pretty neat, though. Oh, that's cool. Even the cows move. I don't know. His name is something knife.
Yeah, he's got me doing 2 more exercises.
Okay.
My shoulder and stuff. The new guy.
Somehow his channel's been giving him problems lately. Okay, so
But I'm gonna go lay down.
there it goes. Now it stops. That's kind of interesting, though. Oh, I mean, so know where that is based 3 minutes ago, so that's pretty interesting. So else is on TV? Oh, not that. It looks just like the CV-19 crap. What are you even watching me? Nobody's even watching me?
Did you know that some aluminum-free deodorants only mask odor? Secret aluminum-free has
Recordings.
odor instead of just masking it, and is made with 3 times more odor fighters. With Secret,
Recordings.
always one less thing to worry about. Secret.
And I immediately know it's Daniel Tiger because that is the character and that is the show that he is connected the most.
No, yeah, I'm staying on. I'm just gonna stay on. I'm just gonna stay on.
WGBU and WGBK are services of Grand Valley State University.
And